this video, we will be discussing the Purdue Pegboard test. The purpose of this test is to measure the unimanual and bimanual finger and hand dexterity. For this test, you will need the instruction manual, the test board, which consists of 2 parallel rows of 25 holes each, pins, collars, and washers, score sheets or the scoring application, 1 testing table at approximately 30 inches tall, and a stopwatch or a clock. For the setup of the Purdue Pegboard test, the subject should be seated at the table directly in front of the pegboard, which is placed on the table with the row of cups at the top of the board. The far right and far left cups should have 25 pins in each. For right-handed subjects, the cup to the left of the center should have 40 washers, and the cup to the right of the center should have 40 collars. If the subject is left-handed, the collar and washer locations should be on the reverse side of the center. The board consists of 2 parallel rows of 25 holes each. Pins are located at the extreme right and left cups, and collars and washers occupy the 2 middle cups. In the first 3 subtests, the subject places as many pins as possible in the holes, first with the preferred hand, then with the non-preferred hand, and finally with both hands within a 30-second time period. To test the right hand, the subject must insert as many pins as possible in the holes, starting at the top of the right-hand row. The left-hand test uses the left row. Both hands then are used together to fill both rows top to bottom. In the fourth subtest, the subject uses both hands alternately to construct assemblies, which consist of a pin, a washer, a collar, and another washer. The subject must complete as many assemblies as possible within 1 minute. For right-handed subjects, the test battery should be done in this consecutive order: right hand for 30 seconds, then left hand for 30 seconds, then both hands for 30 seconds, and then the assembly test at 60 seconds. If the subject is left-handed, then test batteries 1 and 2 are reversed, so left hand first and then the right hand. 3 test trials are highly recommended. The test is well suited for either group or individual testing. For demonstration purposes, there will only be 1 trial per subtest performed. This is a test to see how quickly and accurately you can work with your hands. Before you begin each battery of the test, you will be told what to do, and then you will have an opportunity to practice. Be sure you understand exactly what to do. We will begin with the right hand. Pick up 1 pin at a time with your right hand from the right-handed cup. Starting with the top hole, place each pin in the right-handed hole. You may now insert a few pins for practice. If during the testing time you drop a pin, do not stop to pick it up. Simply continue by picking up another pin out of the cup. Okay, stop. Now take out the practice pins and put them back into the right-handed cup. When I say begin, place as many pins as possible in the right-handed row, starting with the top hole. Work as rapidly as you can until I say stop. Are you ready?
Yep.
Begin. Stop. You may now take the pins out. We will now do the left hand. You will pick up 1 pin at a time with your left hand from the left-handed cup, placing each pin in the left-handed row, starting with the top hole. You may insert a few pins for practice. Stop. Now take out the practice pins and put them back into the left-handed cup. When I say begin, place as many pins as possible in the left-handed row, starting with the top hole. Work as rapidly as you can until I say stop. Are you ready?
Yep.
Begin. Stop. We now take the pins out. We will now be doing the test battery for both hands. For this part of the test, you will use both hands at the same time. Pick up a pin from the right-handed cup with your right hand, and at the same time pick up a pin from the left-handed cup with your left hand. Then place the pins down the rows. You will begin with the top hole of both rows. Now you may insert a few pins with both hands for practice. Stop. Take out the practice pins and put them back in their cups. When I say begin, place as many pins as possible with both hands, starting with the top hole of both rows. Work as rapidly as you can until I say stop. Are you ready?
Yep.
Begin. Stop. We will now be performing the assembly part of the Purdue Pegboard test. You will pick up one pin from the right-handed cup with your right hand. While you are placing it in the top hole in the right-handed row, you will pick up a washer with your left hand. As soon as the pin has been placed, you drop the washer over the pin. While the washer is being placed over the pin with your left hand, you pick up a collar with your right hand. While the collar is being dropped over the pin, pick up another washer with your left hand and drop it over the collar. This completes the first assembly, consisting of a pin, a washer, a collar, and another washer. While the final washer for the first assembly is being placed with your left hand, start the second assembly immediately by picking up another pin with your right hand. Place it in the next hole. Drop a washer over it with your left hand, and so on, completing another assembly. Now take a moment to try a few practice assemblies. Stop. Now return the pins, collars, and washers to their proper cups. When I say begin, make as many assemblies as possible. Beginning with the top hole, work quickly until I say stop. Begin. Stop. Now return the pins, collars, and washers to their proper cups. The scores are derived for each part of the test. The scores for the pin placement subtest consist of the number of pins inserted in the time period for each hand. The score for the bimanual condition consists of the total number of pairs of pins inserted. The assembly score refers to the number of each part assembled. Lafayette Instrument Company has developed a Purdue Pegboard scoring application that is available for iOS and Android users. This application assists administrators in all areas of the testing process by standardizing administration through easily set up test batteries with optionally read instructions, creating organizational norms, and keeping track of individualized data. Normative values are available for individuals aged 5 to 89 years old in the standardized manual. Lafayette has provided multiple normative value studies and charts in their instruction manual that can be found at the below links. Here are charts of the updated normative values for community dwelling elderly subjects. Research has found that the Purdue PEG placement correlates highly at 0.78 in normal adults with finger tapping. Laterality indices derived from the Purdue Pegboard test also correlates moderately well of 0.52 to 0.68 with those from other manual dexterity tasks. Correlations between hand preference and relative manual proficiency on the Purdue Pegboard test are moderately high at about 0.70. The number of trials allowed per subtest affects the reliability. For one-trial administrations over intervals of 1 to 2 weeks, correlation coefficients ranging from 0.37 to 0.82 have been obtained for normal individuals. For 3-trial administrations yield higher reliabilities from 0.76 to 0.89 after retest intervals of 1 week of 0.81 to 0.89 and 6 months of 0.76 for the PEG placing trials. Here are my references, and thank you for watching.